Well, God bless and great day, everybody. Or should I say, great evening. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for another blessed day. Y'all already know it's King T 420 SEC, and this is a special edition of Smoking with the King. This is going to be called Selective Outrage. Hugh Hefner versus P. Diddy. And with that being said, everybody know what y'all know how we do. Y'all know what's on the plate. Let's jump right off into our sponsor, and then I'm gonna get a little bit of talking because I don't want nobody to feel like I just feel some type of way about the situation. So with that being said, let's let the sponsors go, and then we'll jump right off into it. Before we go.
Battle Juice is a new energy drink. This video was sponsored by Pure Health Battle Juice. You can buy your drinks at Chillbox or Joe Vince's Gourmet Market. Get your Battle Juice today. Drink the drinks that champions drink. Battle Juice.
Alrighty. With that being said, so this is what we're gonna be talking about today. A wealthy white man with power lived a public sex-centered lifestyle and was praised as an icon. I mean, it's the truth. People threw parties for him. People did all type of things for Hugh Hefner, right? And we have a wealthy black man, right? A wealthy black man with power who lived a similar sex-centered lifestyle, and he is being punished, shamed, and dragged publicly. So what is that really about? Like, trust me when I say this, I'm not taking no sides. It's not like, oh, he was right and he was wrong or nothing like that. Because what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Literally not saying either one is right, not saying either one is innocent. And this is not about a race thing. It's not really about a race thing, right? But we are asking the question, was the outcome equal? Was the public judgment equal? And was the media treatment equal? And was the punishment equal? And the honest answer is it does not look equal. So, with that being said, I'm gonna play a few videos, right? I'm just gonna play a few videos, and we'll talk about them. We're gonna listen to them. We're gonna talk about them, and yeah, we're gonna, go from there. So, with that being said, before we go, let's jump right off into the videos and see what we get. And see what we get. So, all right. All right, y'all, before we go.
What's your name, babe? You know you some fine shit. Where you going after this? Who you rhyme with? I don't wanna play with your baby. What's your number? I'm a boss, don't even waste your time with a runner. We don't care about what you had, we ain't see that. Rich nigga shit, babe, this where you wanna be at. Nothing but money on my mind, I'm a cash addict. Young nigga lit, I remember when they laughed at me. What's your name, babe? You know you some fine shit.
All right. It looked like it was a lot of celebrities at that party. I ain't gonna tell no lie. It looked like it was a lot of celebrities at the party. It looked like they was consuming adult things and they were having an adult time, and it looked fun. It looked fun than a motherfucker, you dig? So, again, what's the difference between the two? Right? I'm gonna play a couple more videos because I want y'all to really get an understanding of where I'm going with this. Let's see, we got another one. Pajamas, not your average party. Playboy matching, Midsummer Night Dream, good times. All right, before we go, smoke ain't shit.
Today, the Playboy Mansion West has the stately look of a country manor. But one night a year, the air of quiet dignity is shattered by a party that totally redefines the notion of proper decor. It's called A Midsummer Night's Dream. Hardly Shakespeare, it is a well-staged fantasy. And Hugh Hefner has some fantastic friends.
Yo, did he say Hugh Hefner has fantastic friends? He do. Y'all about to see. Don't worry about it. Forward we go. Forward we go. Alrighty, so, alright, we checked out a couple videos from the man himself, Hugh Hefner. Now let's go and check out a video from the man himself, P. Diddy. And let's see what this looks like. Wow, you wouldn't imagine the people you see on this video. Look closely. Oh yeah, say look closely, y'all. I guess I'm gonna pull it out a little bit. Let's see what we can see. Yeah, it's alright. I'll cut the chat off and cut my face off while we check out the video. While we see what we can see, right? Smoke gang shit, before we go.
And after that, we got to turn it up. Sound man, let's get the mic right. Turn it down a little bit. Shout out to Ciroc Vodka. Taste it, you'll love it. For real. I think I made my point clear, so.
Alrighty. So now, looking at that video, it looks as if, oh my bad y'all, here I come. I'm back. So now, like I was saying, looking at that video, looking at the few videos that we've looked at so far, it will look like these two men led the same type of lifestyle. They were both men who had a lot of money. They were both men who had some very powerful friends. And they were both men who kept a lot of beautiful women around them for who knows what purpose other than to party and have fun, right? Right. So, with that being said, Smoke Gang, let me make this clear. I am not saying this is only about race, but we cannot pretend race is not somewhere in the conversation. We are looking at two wealthy men, two powerful men, both famous, both connected to sex, parties, money, influence, celebrity circles, and private lifestyles. We're literally looking at these two men. One is Hugh Hefner, and one is P. Diddy. And, you know, one was white, wealthy, powerful, and connected, and one was black, wealthy, powerful, and connected. So I'm trying to figure out what is the difference. Because looking at the videos that we looked at, it looked as if they both were doing the same things. And I'm not being funny, because we not behind closed doors. And no one was behind closed doors when it came to Hef and what he had going on behind closed doors. But we going to get there. We going to get there. Don't worry about that. We going to get there, right? But they both had these wild parties with all these young girls and all these powerful, famous celebrities. And they both had this icon status where they had built themselves up. They had became very, very rich, very powerful, very, what can I say, charismatic men. Both. They both was loved by a lot of people, and they both were disliked by a lot of people, right? And the thing is one of them passed away, and he is known as one of the biggest icons in the world. Still to this day, Playboy is known as one of the first adult, you may as well call it one of the first adult magazines, right? And it's still to this day it thrives, which, you know, I have no problem with that. But again, we are looking deeper into the situation, because if all of the things that he done left him being looked at as one of the greatest men who's ever done what he's done, how is it that we now choose to look at Diddy as he is one of the worst pieces of scum who's ever walked the earth? So, again, this is not to take up for Diddy, and this is not to say that either was right or wrong. This is to say that what makes the situations different. So we shall continue. We shall continue, right? Again, one died at 91 years old and was praised by many people as a cultural icon and a symbol of sexual freedom. Literally, he was almost praised as being one of the men who made it a good thing for men to be able to party, go off, get the big house, get the nice cars, and have all the pretty young girls. No matter how old he was as a man, he was still able to have all the pretty young girls. Not so much media backlash, not so much backlash from other celebrities, not so much backlash from even just regular public people, right? Which is funny to me, because when you look at it, I'm just going to throw this out there. I mean, if y'all know, you know. You don't, you don't. Hugh Hefner used to throw girls' parties when they turned 18. So a young lady would be turning 18, and Hugh Hefner would throw her a birthday party at his mansion. Okay, long as y'all keeping up with me, before we go, let's finish. a cultural icon and a symbol of sexual freedom. Celebrities and Playboy figures, celebrities and Playboy figures publicly paid tribute after his death in 2017. So he passed away, and he was praised by people from both sides, both races, young and old. No one had a problem with nothing that he did, and it was just like, oh, Hugh Hefner is the greatest man alive, and woohoo, everybody was thumbs up. Cool, no problem with that, right? But now let's take a turn and look at the other side, and let's talk about this. There's another man, and he is alive right now. He's in prison and sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in prison and he's being publicly dragged through the mud after being convicted on Mann Act prostitution related charges. Now, I really want to ask y'all, do y'all think that there was no sexual activity at any of the Hugh Hefner parties? Okay. Now, let's not say that he paid any of these people to come to his parties. Let's not say he gave any nice gifts to any of these people who came to his parties. Let's not say any other people didn't donate nice things or even lump sums of money going to these parties, right? All right, just keep that in mind. We're not going to go no further than that. These are all speculations, allegedly. But that's just before we go, right? He was also acquitted of racketeering and sex trafficking. What do you mean, King? Sex trafficking and racketeering? They was just throwing parties and helping people get to the party. Like, yo, dog way over here on the other side of the country, so I'm gonna fly him in so he can get to the party. Sort of like when a girl turned 18, I'm gonna fly her in so she can have his 18th birthday party here. But before we go, yeah, so even though the judge cited serious evidence of violence and control during sentencing, violence and control, but he was not charged with either of those, or racketeering, or sexual trafficking. But he was, in fact, charged with Mann Act prostitution-related charges. So the question is not, was either lifestyle right? Because that's not the question. Of course, we know neither of the lifestyles is right. I mean, well, I guess they right when you look at, depending on who you asking, right? If you ask them two, they felt like they was just partying. They was enjoying life. They was helping other people around them enjoy life. They was just living a life of luxury. This is what the life of luxury looks like. A lot of beautiful people, a lot of beautiful things, a lot of money, a lot of parties, a lot of fun. Sometimes you might have to fly someone in and out here. Sometimes you might have to fly someone in and out there. But all in all, is living the luxury lifestyle, the lifestyle of having a lot of money. And they both were doing these things. Again, one man passed away at the age 91, and he was praised as a sexual freedom icon. And there's another man who is still alive right now doing 4 years and 2 months in a federal prison. Why is that? Why is it that one man got praised and we were told that he was like a hero to men because of what he had accomplished with men and all the things that he was able to show men that he could do because he was older and he had all these young women and he died older with all these young women, and there was a celebration and there were praises and accolades given to this man. Mind you, again, no judgment, just me comparing two sides of the same coin. Okay. So, again, the real question, why did one man's lifestyle become a legacy while the other man's lifestyle became destruction? So why is it that Hugh Hefner was praised for living the lifestyle that he lived, and Diddy is being persecuted? I'm just asking. I'm only asking because I have eyes I can see. And I was a kid growing up watching Hugh Hefner do these same exact things that Diddy is in jail for right now, literally. So I'm just a little confused. It's not me saying that, again, neither was right or wrong, because of course wrong is wrong, no matter how you look at it, no matter what side of the coin. But why is it one man is praised for doing these things, and there is literally a man whose life is behind bars? They took him away from being a free. He's no longer a free man. He's no longer a free man. They took his money. They brought all these people into a courtroom on this man, and they had them all tell all these stories about this man to a courtroom full of people. They publicized it, so now people all over the world have all these vivid pictures about this man. Why is it that one man is persecuted for living the same exact lifestyle, literally, as the other man who is praised? And again, I'm not saying either is right or wrong. I just want to have an understanding. Someone please help me understand. What do you think? Why is it that this happened one way with this man and it happened the complete opposite way with this man? And again, this is not about race, because I'm really looking at it as like the justice system is kind of broken in a way, because on one side it looked at these things and was like, well, you know, he got a lot of money, so it's kind of normal for him to be flying people out and throwing parties and things like that. And so, yeah. And again, he was praised and became an icon. But on the flip side of that, this other man who was doing the same thing, oh, well, we don't like how he's spending all his money, and yeah, this is prostitution. This isn't, yeah, no, this is what he's doing. And clearly, anyone who has eyes can see that the two men were doing the same exact thing. They both were having parties. They both were flying people to their homes. And again, Hugh Hefner used to wait until girls turned 18 and would throw them their 18th birthday party at his mansion. So I am trying to really understand. One man is in trouble for flying out men to see women. Or men, who knows, right? But the other man is praised for having a slew of women, a whole multiple choice for any and everybody who came to his mansion parties. And I do mean for anybody. And I mean, let's talk about it. If she's just turning 18, that means she was 17 the day before that. Oh, okay. Now let's go forward. How many of her friends came? How many people did she invite? And how many other 18-year-olds were there? Or people that weren't so close? I'm just asking questions. Listen, these are all questions. This is all speculation. It's all alleged. I don't know anything about Hugh Hefner. I've never been to any of his parties. But I do know the things that we seen. I do know the things that they have online about the man right now that you can go and look up. Anybody can look it up. You can just go and look it up. And you can see that they threw parties for this man. They gave this man all types of accolades and made it seem as if there was nothing that he was doing was wrong. Literally, as if it was nothing he was doing was wrong. So, y'all may be able to see why I'm a little bit confused. In my eyes, if there was nothing that Hugh Hefner did wrong, I really don't see anything Diddy did wrong. I mean, I'm just being honest. If we're going to, look at the two situations, right? Let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it. I found out about Hugh Hefner when I was about 8 years old. Let's just roughly say that's about 30-something years ago. I found out about Diddy a couple years ago. I'm trying to figure out, this man threw parties like this for 30 plus years. I mean, I know it because I watched him as I was growing up as a kid. This is not like, it's not like I'm just did this happen? No, these things happened. He threw these parties and he had all these celebrities there and all these high-powered people and all these beautiful, young, beautiful girls. No one had a thing to say. In fact, everybody was praying, wishing, and hoping that they could get invited to a Playboy Mansion party. Again, excuse the confusion. I'm just not really good at understanding how two things can be the same, but they have such different outcomes. I'm really, I like science and things like that. So, 1 + 1 = 2. E = MC squared, right? I don't know. I don't know. I just like to do the math, and I like to add things up, and I like to look at things for what they really are. Right? So if I really look at things for what they really are, I just have to say, I feel like either Hugh Hefner got away with a lot of crime, allegedly, or Diddy is being unfairly charged and persecuted. I don't know how else to see that because, again, two men living the same exact lifestyle. One man praised, And one man, again, he is in prison as we speak. So, let's continue. So, this is definitely where the bias shows. I mean, I didn't want to really have to point it out, but it is clear that there is a certain bias in the legal system, and that needs to be dealt with, okay? I'm not saying everybody in our legal system is just all messed up. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying, and not just in our legal system, because let's really look at it. The public opinion of Sean Diddy Combs right now is that he is a scum. He is a piece of shit. He's the worst man on earth. But, if we look at the public opinion of Hugh Hefner, who lived to be 91 years old and never saw any jail time and literally partied his whole life, he was a great man and he's an icon. And he did great things. So, okay. Let's continue. So clearly the bias is showing. Now let's talk about it, because both men had families. Both had children. Both had brands. Both had money. Let's talk about it. Puff Daddy was he's a billionaire with a B. Both had women around them all the time. All the time. Hugh Hefner was known for having a flock of women at all times. Like, I'm not even sure that he even had men around him. Let's just be 100. Let's keep it a buck. Like, I don't think there were men around him unless it was a party. But, again, just pointing out two different sides of the same coin. Selective outrage, as we call it. Right? So, before we go, both public images, meaning they both have status. They both knew a lot of celebrity, powerful people. They both were embraced by a lot of celebrity, powerful people. The difference is one was embraced until he was no longer here to be embraced, and one is in jail fighting for his life because of what now? I'm confused. What is he in jail for? Can anybody in the chat tell me what they believe that Sean Diddy Combs is in jail for? Because if we look at the charges that you're charging him with, it really doesn't look like he should be in jail. I'm sure people fly people out to parties every day. When did it become a crime to fly a person out to a party? I don't know. But before we go, both people protecting their names, protecting their brand, protecting their names. They both were very private people. They threw these very immaculate, huge Hollywood parties, very exclusive, VIP only type parties. I'm not the person to be sitting here like I'm the judge of what was supposed to happen and what should be happening now. I'm only sitting here pointing out that there are biases that should not be in play here. If one man was wrong, then the other man was wrong as well. And we should not be looking up to him as if he did something great in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s when he was doing the same exact thing that the man that is being persecuted and condemned for right now. And this is why I call this selective outrage, because there are people right now, literally right now, who will tell you that they love Hugh Hefner, but in the same breath will turn around and persecute Sean Combs, as if they are not the same person with different skin complexion. But forward we go. Both had influence. Again, very powerful men. Very, very, very powerful men. They had the influence of the people. They had the influence of some law enforcement. Some law enforcement love these guys, like to the point where they let them slide out of tickets, to the point where they let them break a few laws here and there, to the point where they came in was being their own personal bodyguards, like actual active duty officers. So these guys had power, influence, money. They had status. They had the women. They had the cars. They had the homes. What is the difference? I ask what is the difference because, again, there's a man who has children and a family that are outside right now praying that their father was home. I just don't understand it because literally, okay, we gonna go forward. We gonna go forward. Where are we at? Okay. But the endings look completely different. The endings for these guys look completely different. I've said it over multiple times. One ended and his life ended and he was praised as an icon who changed culture, changed the world in some kind of way. He made things better somehow. Who knows? I don't know, right? But the other is locked up and fighting for his life and fighting to see his children and fighting to get back to his family for doing the same exact thing that the other was praised for. But again, forward we go. But the endings look completely different. One was remembered with tribute posts. One is remembered with court clips. How does that look? Like, really, how does that look? One is literally going to be remembered for being a dude who threw parties to have fun, but end up going to jail for it, literally, because he was throwing parties and having fun. But the other is going to continue to be praised and uplifted because he threw parties and had fun. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. Okay? Okay. One was called a revolutionary. One is called a monster. Can you guess which one is called a monster and which one is called a revolutionary? I mean, I'm curious, how is it that Hugh Hefner was a revolutionary and Sean Combs is a monster? And they did the exact same thing. They're literally known for doing the same things. The only difference in their business is Diddy actually had more business. He had hip hop. He ventured off into liquor branding. He ventured off into other things other than just beautiful women. Right? So, what is the difference? Literally, what is the difference? And again, this is not about me taking up for Diddy. This is about me taking up for what's right and what's wrong. Either one is being praised for some things that he shouldn't be being praised for, or one is being locked up for some things that he shouldn't be locked up for. And this is just the facts. So, before we go, one was treated like a complicated icon. One is being treated like the face of the whole problem. Do you get it? Are y'all understanding? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying to y'all? One of them was treated like he started something new that has been going on forever in the world. And one of them is being treated as if he is the worst person on the planet and he's done nothing new than everybody else under the sun. So, again, who is being wrongly judged here? Is it Diddy or is it Hugh Hefner? Because, again, they're two of the same men on different sides of the coin. All right, Smoke Gang. I'm not saying Diddy should not be held accountable. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? Just keep up with me. Right? I'm saying if accountability is real, it should not depend on race, image, industry, age, media connections, or who society already decides to protect. You understand what I'm saying? Are y'all with me? Do y'all hear what I'm saying to y'all? One man is literally has been torn away from his family, his wife, his kids, his friends, his close acquaintances. He cannot. How is it that y'all feel like this is fair? I just want to know. How is this fair when Hugh Hefner is still being praised to this day for the same rotten scumbag shit? Playboy still makes money right now to this day. And don't owe nobody. But he did the same things that Diddy did. He threw parties for younger girls and a bunch of powerful people. He flew out younger girls and powerful people. And yeah, he did the same things. He literally did the same things. He literally did the same things. You know what? Actually, I take that back. Because who's to say that Diddy flew out younger people? From what I saw, all the people that Diddy was hanging around with were all grown. None of them were 18. They were all 21 and over. And they could all drink Ciroc. He made sure of that. What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying right now? The man cannot be with his family. He cannot see his kids, man. His kids got to go and look at him behind a jail cell for having fun with his life like anybody who got a lot of money is going to... Dog, there's nobody in the world that can tell me that they're going to have a whole lot of fucking money and not do what the fuck they want to do. Anybody. You gonna tell me that you're gonna have all the money in the world and you ain't gonna throw a party, not one party, for even if it's just for your birthday? You're not gonna throw a party for your kids. It's just gonna be super immaculate. You're not gonna throw your maiden part. You might have to fly out your cousin. Your cousin might come with her homegirl and or his homeboy. They might end up hooking up with somebody at your party. Are you a trafficker? Are you soliciting prostitution because you flew in people to enjoy the party? I mean, these are just all questions. These are just all questions. Forgive me if I'm, taking you down a road that you've never thought about before, but it's just something that I think about because I see it. I see it so often. Like, Diddy not the only person that things like these happen to, but Hugh Hefner's also not the only person that things like that has happened to as well. So again, I see it. Please don't be mad at me because I'm just pointing out the differences between the two sides of the same coin. So, wrong is wrong, but selective judgment is still selective judgment. You can't judge one man for doing it and not judge the other. You can't praise one man for doing it and say, oh, he was the shit, and we wish he was still here, and we wish he could still throw parties, and be condemning one man for throwing the same types of parties and having the same types of fun. It is, no. That's fucking ridiculous. Now that is fucking ridiculous. You cannot say that one man is wrong and one man is right for doing the same exact things. And again, it's just the bias that I'm talking about. You can call it a cultural bias, you can call it a racist bias, you can call it whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to just say that the system is broken because they're both wrong. Or they're both right. Either or. Like, I'm not saying one is wrong or one is right. I'm saying they're doing the same exact thing. So, we should probably take a look at the situation a little bit closer because we can't judge one if we're not going to judge the other. Smoke gang shit before we go. I'm not making this only about race, but I am not going to ignore race either. We have two wealthy, powerful men who lived sex-centered celebrity lifestyles. One was white and died praised as an icon. One is black and is in prison being dragged through the mud. I'm asking whether the outcome was equal and fair on both sides. And from what we can see, it does not look equal. It doesn't. No part of what is happening right now with Diddy is equal or fair to what happened to Hugh Hefner. And you know what? I'm not even going to say it got to be fucking fair. But it should at least be fucking equal. Abso-fucking-lutely. It ain't got to be fair, but at least it should be equal. Yeah. And with that being said, he should be a free man. Flat the fuck out. No one can tell me nothing else about this. I don't give a fuck what he did. Why should I care what he did? No one cared about what Hugh Hefner did. And he did the same thing. No one cared. He threw parties and flew people to his home. He literally did the same thing. But everybody is upset with Sean Combs for doing the same thing. Diddy. Shout out to Diddy and his family and everybody that's rooting for the man to get out of jail for doing the same thing that Hugh Hefner did with no consequences and no backlash and no jail time. Right? Smoke gang shit. Let's play another video. I'm going to play another video. I got another video. Did we play this one? I think we played this one. All right, so I'm gonna play this one, and we gonna keep going forward. I'm okay. Oh yeah, cause yeah, that's cool too. No big. That's what I can do for real. I can move me. So over here. Yeah, y'all like how I'm just a floating head? Yeah, I like that. Low key, I almost want to put the chat over this box right here. Well, it's cool where it's at. But before we go, let's see what how the next video play. And you know, I'm finna talk. We finna talk this one out. Smoke gang shit. Before we go. Listen, I can't lie, y'all. I really can't lie. Diddy had a lot of people at his parties. He had a lot of people at these parties. And I mean, they are having a fucking ball. You see them people in there, they jumping around, bouncing around, they drinking, they gigging, they hands all up. They probably sweaty than a motherfucker. Don't nobody care because they having such a motherfucking ball. Niggas been drinking all night, probably eating good. It's just a party. It's just a party. Smoke gang shit before we go.
Say what?
All right, so as we can see, that was just a little party. It looked like they was having a fucking ballette. It didn't look like it was no underage people there or nothing, but it did look like it was a bunch of celebrities there, a bunch of other powerful people that was enjoying the party. As in, the same way, when Hugh Hefner threw a party, he had a bunch of powerful people there as well to enjoy the party. So, with that being said, before we go, let's move to the next video. Yeah, I got another one. Next video we go. Alrighty. The Secrets of the Playboy Mansion. Okay, cool. Let's check it out. Smoke gang shit before we go.
Is one of the most highly guarded private residences in the world. A virtual fortress surrounded by iron gates and hundreds of high-tech security monitors. But why? What is so important, so forbidden, that compels Playboy founder Hugh Hefner to keep more people out than are ever invited in?
Y'all know what? I was going to let it play. But I just wanted to reiterate again that they both were the same type of men. They both had private, exclusive VIP parties for VIP members. No difference. One of them is being praised, and one of them is locked up fighting to see his children. I just want to keep reiterating that. Like, this man is locked up fighting to see his children, and the other man is still praised for throwing the same type of parties. Smoke gang shit before we go. Y'all, I had to pause again. As we can see at the Playboy Mansion, all of the young, beautiful women are walking around in bikinis. And I still haven't seen one man in the video yet. That's not to say that there aren't men at the party, but I'm just pointing out, same men, two different sides of the coin. Before we go, smoke gang shit.
For decades, the Playboy Mansion has hosted countless parties for LA's elite. Here, Hollywood's who's who can be found rubbing elbows and occasionally much more with the most beautiful women in the world. And it's all kept very, very hush-hush. Located in an ultra-wealthy suburb of western Los Angeles known as Holmby Hills, the 5.5-acre Pleasure Palace was put on the map in the 1970s when whispers of decadent gatherings started leaking outside the mansion's iron gates.
So, I told y'all that that man started throwing parties in the 80s, is what I said, because I was born in 80, and I told y'all I had been watching those parties since I was a kid. But as we just found out, he started throwing those parties in the 70s. He had a 40-year reign of throwing these exotic, exclusive VIP, naughty backstage, backdoor, after party parties. Yeah, we gonna call it all that shit because we all know that's exactly what was happening. You don't get invited to an exclusive VIP party and there's nothing happening. So let's not fool ourselves and play like, oh, well, no, only Diddy was like that. Some of you people, smoke gang shit. Let's remember that Hugh Hefner was a man as well. Real shit. Let's go to the next video though. Let's see what I got. We coming up on an hour. It says Sean Diddy Combs hosts the annual white party in Los Angeles at private residence on July 4th, 2009 in Beverly Hills. Go figure. Go figure. Him and old Hef was throwing parties side by side, back to back. They was probably competing. To see who was the best party thrower. But, what do I know? Smoke gang shit. Before we go, let's just check out what is happening at this Diddy party. Okay, so it was a lot of celebrities at that party. And I mean, some of the biggest names in Hollywood at the time when he threw this party. You understand what I'm saying? So we not going to keep on acting as if Diddy and Hugh Hefner was different people. We're not going to keep doing that. We're not going to keep doing that. That man shouldn't be in jail. No, he should not. That man handled his business. He ran his business, he took care of his family, and he threw wild parties just like every other motherfucker in Hollywood throw wild fucking parties. Nothing you can tell me tells me that that man should be in jail. I'm not just saying it because I'm black. I'm saying it because I'm looking at the fucking facts that I just laid out to y'all in this whole fucking live. They are the same men. One man was white and he died at 91 years of age and was praised as a legend and was told he was an icon. And one man who was a lot younger than him is in jail fighting to see his children for doing the same exact thing. Before we go, y'all don't believe shit stink. So we're going to get to it. I got one more. Y'all don't believe shit stink. So let's play this last video I got for y'all. Smoke gang shit. What it say? What happened behind the scenes at celebrity parties? Oh, really? Huh. Before we go, smoke gang shit.
Shut down because of Hef, and she was part 2 of The Secrets of Playboy on A&E. Part 1, we talked about Jennifer Sagener, whose book was largely shut down because of Hef, and she was not the only book that was shut down. Hef would have his editorial team go through different literature to look for anything that was unflattering about Hugh Hefner, and it would never see the light of day.
Oh, really? Wait a minute. Are y'all telling me that Hugh Hefner was the type of guy that if you said something unnice about him, he sicked his team on you and he stopped your flow of money? Not just he publicly denied what you had to say and, oh man, you know, people talk, whatever. He shut down your money flow. Who can accept that? But no one talks about these things, right? No one says any of this. But everybody says Diddy trash. Diddy is trash. He trash. But let's remember, most of the people around Diddy actually made money. Can we not forget that part? Okay, smoke gang shit. Before we go.
Hugh Hefner was a lot like Jeffrey Epstein in that he had video cameras all over his house and was constantly recording people whether they knew it or not. This created an environment of fear where the playmates didn't even want to talk out if they were having an issue because they were literally being recorded. Hefner would intentionally invite powerful people and members of the media to his parties, and if there was a story coming out at a publication, he would be like, remember this photo? Remember this video? Remember what you did when you were too drunk at my party? And certain stories would just never see the light of day. One of the people in the documentary described Hugh Hefner as Teflon. Nothing ever touched him. And Hugh Hefner also hired Los Angeles and Beverly Hills police officers to be the security at his parties, so he really had everyone in his pocket. Since Hugh Hefner had mountains of revenge photos, people were always afraid of part 2 of The Secret.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. A talk on Tuesday. So this Tuesday, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this next Tuesday. This topic came to me and it was like really juicy to me. So I decided we needed to talk about it. If it was okay for Hugh Hefner to do these things and nobody had a problem with it, then Sean Diddy Combs shouldn't be in jail and nobody should have a problem with him. Now, I'm not saying that people shouldn't have a problem with him, but what I'm saying is if there's a problem with Sean Diddy Combs, then everybody should have a problem with Hugh Hefner as well. They were the same man, they lived the same life, and they did the same things. And these are the facts. So, with that being said, Smoke Gang, tell me what you think in the comments. Leave a comment and let me know what side are you on. Do you feel like Hugh Hefner should stop being praised because the things that he did were the exact same things that Diddy did? Or are you on the flip side of the coin where Hugh Hefner was not wrong, and therefore Diddy isn't wrong either, and Diddy should be let out of jail because they were only men throwing parties because they had the money to throw parties and they were having fun with the people they were throwing parties for. So what is it? Is Hugh Hefner wrong? Was he wrong? Or should Diddy be free? I would like to know. Leave a comment in the comments. I appreciate everybody for coming out joining the live today. I didn't really know I was going to go live, but I kind of sort of thought it up. And I'm like, you know, my supporters deserve to hear this story. And since I felt like my supporters deserve to hear this story, I dropped this for y'all. I came with the heat like I always do. And yeah, y'all already know what it is. Smoke ain't shit. I'll see y'all Thursday night at 9. And I'll see y'all Friday at 4:20 Eastern. So with that said, God bless and great evening. And smoke.